Oh my God. It's so live in here. Hi. Hi, how are you?
We're good.
How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Check. Yes, I'm very.
The only gentleman in the house.
I
Why
know,
were you ignoring
I know.
me?
Me ignoring you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
1 second ago.
Come.
Oh. Hi guys, hi everyone. I'm so happy that we have a live audience here.
Yes, it's actually
hi,
exciting.
Can you wave? I'm
Shout
gonna
out
wave
to
on your
you.
behalf.
Wave.
I'm going to wave on your behalf to the camera. Thank you so much for being here. And thanks to the viewers, even if you're not yet here, we are still waiting for you, but we are going to start as we wait for you. And if you're watching and you're there, kindly share this with your friends and families. And we are going to tell you what Swahilipot to the world is. But first, I want to welcome you all to our talk show, our very first talk show. This is a series of shows that is gonna happen every week live on your social media screens, especially Facebook. It is a very long-awaited show.
So yes, as Shufa just said, it has been long since we said we're going to upload our first episode, and we decided to go live as our first episode of Swahilipot to the world. Mumesikia sana Swahilipot to the world, Swahilipot to the world. You've seen the trailers, they've been going around. And so I'm going to tell you something small about what Swahilipot to the world actually is. So Swahilipot to the world is basically us, Swahilipot, the Swahilipot family, talking about topics that are trendy, and we'll just give you our take, since everyone out there, we give our takes on anything and everything on social media platforms and everything. So yeah, we also decided as the Swahilipot Hub family, why not? So yeah, here we are today, and this is our first and official opening of Swahilipot to the world.
So thank you so much,
So, yeah.
guys.
The audience is not clapping. Clap. It's an achievement. It's an achievement.
Thank you.
Yes, it's
Thank you
been
in
long.
advance.
Yeah.
Thank you in advance for clapping. So I'll begin by introducing myself before I let everybody else introduce themselves. I am the main host. I'd like to brag. I'm the main host of this show. The only reason I'm bragging is probably you might not see me in other shows. So I really would want people to remember me. So I'm the main
one and
host of
only.
this show. My name is Shufa. I am a digital content creator. I am many things. A lot of things.
also
Not
a
a lot of
CEO.
people, but I'm a lot of things. I am a member of Swahilipot Hub. And of course, the name of the show is just derived from Swahilipot. And if you want to know more about me, you can check my Facebook handle. It will be linked in the page. Thank you.
Thank you. And I am the co-host of the show. My name is Maham Hussein. I'm a student at Daystar University pursuing media. And I'm also a member of Swahilipot Hub family. And today I will let our guests introduce themselves, especially the one on my right. But it's okay, we'll start with the lady and then... we'll start with the lady and then our gentleman and then head right into our topic of the day.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Balkis. We're the extra cuts on the train, clearly. Sikuwa najua, I thought me and Liniam were the ones on top. but
Okay.
somehow-
Actually, hata mi sikuwa najua. It's a surprise. I didn't know you guys are guests.
Sadly.
According to me, you're co-hosts.
Okay.
But,
Ameamua mtapata hiyo.
yeah.
So I'm the one changing the script.
allowance
Sadly,
imeisha.
sadly.
That's it. We're walking back home.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So, Balkis, I am a proud member of the Swahilipot family. Proud. Highly proud. I'm taller than I look. Tuanzia hapo. I'm taller than I look. But yeah, the audience is laughing. I don't know why they're laughing. I'm speaking facts. Otherwise,
Okay.
Karibuni, you're about to see a lot of these
The real
faces.
deal. It's a real talk.
DJ Linear.
All right. Hi.
Hi.
For just tuning in, please first and foremost like this page. Very
Yes.
important. Number one.
Yes.
Number two. Start a watch party. Please. Very very important. Starch. Say starch.
Starch.
Ninja.
Just touch it.
Ninja. Starch it.
Oh yeah, by the let's do it together.
Let's all do it.
Let's do it
We are
together.
starting a watch party.
For starch, via Skaraino and Aitana. So yes. So
Ninja.
when you click the video, then it will show you. You will see up there live. On the right, there's Swahilipot logo to the world. Go down where it's written share. So once you click share, you will see the start a watch party bit. Start your watch party and let's.
So basically, we are starting our watch party. Anyone in the audience, you can do the same through the Facebook page, Swahilipot. You start a watch party with us.
All right. So as you're starting a watch party, my name is DJ Lenium. Of late, everyone has been calling me Daktari.
No, we have not.
You know, amefariki, akona COVID. That was a very humbling effect. Two, my siblings were home. I spent the most time I have ever spent with an 8-year-old.
Why are you making faces?
Because it was not the best thing.
Okay.
And
You hate your siblings in short.
I love them from the bottom of my
Is
heart.
her mom watching? Mama Balkis, I
But
hope you're watching.
An 8-year-old and a 4-year-old are not the best people to be quarantined with, especially before their classes started. I was the homeschool teacher, I was the nurse, I was the chef.
Mother.
Our house help actually decided to pack her bags and leave.
Okay.
When the curfew started, she left.
Okay.
So it was me and the kids for about 7 good months.
I feel
So
you.
yeah.
I feel
So
you.
no.
Can I hire you when I get kids?
Ouch.
Yes, you can. We'll talk about the pay.
Nani at job, eh?
You look experienced enough.
Being a firstborn is a full-time job.
You are.
Okay, so she is the firstborn.
It's a full-time job.
And she's actually Swahilipot's last born.
What is the irony? But overall, I learned that I could do a lot of things. I took advantage of the kitchen. The kitchen was my safe space. I could run away from the kids there.
Yeah,
Tell them
right.
sit down, watch Nickelodeon, and I would just cook up a storm. I learned that if I dedicated my time enough, I could get 24 hours was more than enough in a day to get things done.
Okay, that's
So
nice.
yeah, it was a
Amazing.
blessing and a curse.
It's okay. So, okay, we skip to this side or the other end?
All right. I'll jump on it before I'm given permission.
We can clearly see that.
Opportunists.
By 2020, I'm an entertainer. So all entertainment events were put on hold. So that means my joy, because I love what I do.
Yeah.
So my joy was put on hold. My financial income was put on hold. And I love working. And I'm that person who doesn't like being confined in one place. So at least March was a bit better. But when it came to April and we were told that there's a lockdown, that means you can't go anywhere. And you know, everyone is confined to their houses. Even there's no way you'd say, I'm coming to visit you today. No one will think, you know, that
Why are you
was,
coming?
why are you coming? And what are you coming with? First of all,
Yes.
we don't want you
Goodbye.
to bring anything. So please stay in your place.
Yeah,
So we were limited to digital platforms where the video call became the order of the day.
Yeah.
And watching people live was something else. So I don't like monotony. So when you do something every day,
Yeah, it becomes
it-
boring.
Exactly, it gets boring. So I think 2020 was the year I caught up with most of my series.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, I know.
Yes.
Me too.
Okay.
Me too.
Yes. I did one of my best series was a series called Lockdown that I did.
Oh,
How
okay.
ironic.
How ironic.
How
Exactly.
ironic.
Oh yeah, I never thought of that.
It's your best.
It was your best and it was
One of your best.
Imagine it's a South African series
Yeah.
supporting Africa. It's a South
nice.
African series,
Okay.
and it was about. I got to learn so many characters of the female personality because it was about female prisoners.
Okay.
Yeah. So apart from that, I got to understand people. People
Alright.
you'd think
Alright.
people you'd think are closest to you can be very different, especially when a situation comes and you are confined. You know, like when you push someone to the wall,
Yeah.
it's either me or you.
Yeah.
So who would you choose first? And yeah, so I got to learn different characters about people I considered very close. I got to learn characters of people I never considered close, because I think I used to see phone calls and someone like, I was just checking up on you and thinking, huh?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yani, hauna kitu ingine
So
kufanya, you
sweet.
just decided to check up on me. And those phone calls were really there. So I learned so much in 2020.
That is beautiful. So Shufa, then me. Okay, let Shufa end because her ending is just
it's
beautiful.
It's the
so
Cinderella.
Yeah, she's the Cinderella of the show. So yes, my 2020, I will say I got to realize that you can start small and with what you have there and then. And that was something I used to like put on hold. I wanted to do a lot of digital content and stuff like that. But I was just like, I have to get my camera, I have to get to do an LED light, do what. But due to COVID, I had classes and I had assignments, video assignments you had to shoot and everything. And I was like, I can't put this on hold now. I have to do it. So I used to use my phone, used to do all sorts of setting the lights, my mom's phone, and I torch zilikuwa LED zangu before. Exactly. So yeah, I got to learn a lot about compromise and using what I have in hand to actually get something done. And then personally, that's my school life. So personally, 2020 was legit 2020 eye-opening. I got like 2020 eye vision. People like showed me the true colors and everything. It was just deemed for 2020 vision for me. So I feel like 2020 was a blessing in disguise, though it toughened me up because it got to a point I broke down. I cried myself to sleep for so many months. But yeah, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm stronger. So yeah, 2020 taught me a lot. It was legit 2020 eye vision.
I guess 2020 taught everyone a lot.
True.
2020 was not like the very best, especially in the middle of the year, between the 4th, 5th, 6th month of 2020.
Second and third quarter.
Yeah, second and third quarter. The beginning of 2020 was amazing.
Wow.
I am one of the people who said 2020 is my year.
Okay.
Yes, I am one of the people who said 2020 was my year.
Very,
yes.
very true.
Yes.
But it did end well. So
yes, but
it
that is
was
not
your
what
year.
I expected.
Uh-huh.
Because the beginning of 2020, I was more focused on growing myself, growing my brand, growing me, networking, going big, looking for money, you know.
She was chasing her bag.
I was actually chasing I was actually
In
walking with
her
the bag,
Okay.
running with the
She
bag.
had the bag.
Side to side.
She
I was
had
running
the
with
bag.
the bag. Side to side. Because my mind was fully on looking for money, making money, looking for money, looking for people, knowing people,
Networking.
making friends, you know. So it was a very nice beginning of the year. And then when COVID came, I didn't know that actually it is outside that makes me sane.
Okay.
I didn't know. Because I always call myself an antisocial extrovert.
Okay.
Yes, I am an extrovert, but very antisocial. In a way that I love going to events, I love going out, I love going to all types of this and that, but you will never see me jumping around. You'll only see photos of me in that event.
Okay.
And then you'd ask like, where were you?
Shufa pia alikuwa.
Yeah, Shufa pia alikuwa. I saw your photos. Where have you been? Or someone would say, I saw you when we came in. Mbona sikukuona when, you know. Yeah. So I'm a bit of antisocial extrovert. So when COVID came and everybody was locked down, I noticed how much the inside really affects me.
Okay.
Because I got a whole creative block. I am a writer. I do write creative nonfiction and short stories. So I have a blog. Even my Instagram went
Dull.
It went to chef-wise.
yeah. Because like nothing, I could not create anything. I could not think. I could not be productive. And at some point I became like very broke because most of the works I do as a creative, most of the works I do are based on outside.
Yeah.
Including events,
True.
including the people, you know, and Swahilipot hub at large, because it's a community place. So when lockdown came and the government banned gatherings, when the port was closed, I found myself at home, and I noticed I'm not that kind of a
You're
person.
a social butterfly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And also the online things, the Zoom, the video calls, the all that.
You lose focus quickly.
Thank you. I was looking for a polite word. It's boring.
You lose the focus ASAP.
I don't like the screens much, but one thing I achieved, I officially started watching series in 2020.
Nice. Should look clap. Should
Netflix
clap.
was
We should
be
clap. We should clap.
happy.
Yeah.
What did you watch?
What?
What did you watch specifically?
Lockdown.
Okay. Okay.
I am not alone.
No. Let's. We've already guessed your plug.
Actually,
okay.
imagine
Obvious.
it's the other way around.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
So okay.
I was the
interpret
plug.
things differently.
I was the plug, my
okay,
friend.
you're the plug.
Sockets?
Anyway, I almost self-diagnosed myself with depression. Almost myself. Nobody told me I'm depressed, but I was so confused and
It just
sad.
felt like it.
Yes, I almost said I'm depressed because I was broke, bored, alone. Not lonely, I just felt alone because I locked myself in my room. We have a lot of people in the house. I have both my parents, my brother, sister, my auntie. But I locked myself almost all the time in my room, and I almost thought I am stressed or depressed. But towards the end of the year, everything opened up, and I was a very happy lady.
Yes, you
By the
are.
end of 2020.
Yes, you
Yes.
are.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
you
that
are.
was my experience with COVID.
So yeah, that
And,
is COVID. And
yeah.
but now.
So if anyone has the experience and they want to share on the comments, please do so. We will read your comments.
Audience.
We are online. And even our audience who are watching us, some of them are feeling very sorry for us. I don't know if they can
They
relate.
look.
Our
They look
experience is that traumatizing.
Well, our experience is very bad. No, you can tell us in the comments how yours
Yes,
were. Yeah,
please, yeah,
I know some
share.
people had very good time in 2020.
But there are some actually who actually enjoyed the whole year.
Yeah, I know people who opened businesses in
Mashallah,
2020.
People
who made money.
Who found
That's good.
greener
That's the
pastures.
spirit, actually.
The
Yeah.
dreams we had in the beginning, there are people who made
The
it.
people who
yes,
actually
yes.
accomplished
Who are
their
living our
bucket
dreams.
list of
Exactly.
2020.
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you're one of them, let us know in the comment section. And yes,
So now 2020 is over and we are
we
in
are in
2021.
2021.
So
Nani
happy
alisema
new
mwaka-
year.
Nani alisema 2021 ni mwaka wake?
Tulianza na dua.
Yeah, Josie. This year
alisema
tuseme.
2021?
Yeah, tuseme.
Who risk?
No.
Nani alisema 2021 ni mwaka wake?
Mimi nilianza kwa utulivu.
Kwa utulivu.
Kwa utulivu.
Umekuwa mpole.
Relax, meditation, dua. We were
Meditation.
sitting down
Tumeacha kiherehere.
kwa wingi.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year, Nijelenium.
New Year, yes. Happy, we are still waiting.
Mfuko bado hajafurahia. January.
Yes,
so
yes.
days.
Ni mfuko.
The 67 days are finally over, so
Mimi
it's
niliacha
okay.
ni
Oh,
120.
I had 90.
120?
I had 90 days of
It
January.
depends which calendar you have.
Yes, which
Yeah.
calendar?
Ni sawa. So now that we're in the new year and finally schools are open, this is the moment that most of us have been waiting for.
Wow,
Yes.
wow,
Especially the
wow.
parents and especially the guardians,
Yes.
the people who had
The
kids
third
around the
parents.
house. And it is not a happy moment for all of us.
Zazie.
It is not
Zazie.
really a happy moment for all of us because I know a student who got tired of staying at home in October 2020. But come January 2021, the second week, they're like, I can't wake up every day at 5 a.m.
Sadly.
I'm already tired.
It
you
is-
know?
it is to be human.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be
To be
human.
human because at some point we didn't like 2020. We didn't like staying at home.
Yeah, but then.
Then once you become accustomed to staying in, then now going outside seems different.
True,
Hata
true,
ukimrudisha after 2 weeks, she'll still be the same. Be like, you know what, now I don't want to stay in the house.
Yeah.
So how do we find that balance? Because even for the parents,
Okay.
as much as I can tell you, yeah, I enjoy the silence
Oh,
of
you
not
do?
being like, put that down, weka chini, kaa pale. It's nice. But then at the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, it's too quiet. You know?
It's boring.
Is there somebody in the pool? What are they doing? I don't have to run after anybody. So it's a 50-50. It's a win and a loss.
Okay.
For me, it is utmost joy.
Wow.
Zazie
Because let me
Denia
tell you, yes,
Manoga.
and I'm speaking as a parent. Let me tell you, first of all, coincidentally or weirdly enough, they wake up very early.
Wow,
Why? I do not
wow.
understand why.
Kindly
Because-
introduce me to them.
Lucky
Mungu
you.
anasema
You will bring them back within a week.
Lucky
No,
you.
they can
Within
be
a
very
week.
good role models.
So I have a son and a daughter. Now, my son is that type of boy. Akilala amelala unaweza mwiba. He will not know what has happened. You can carry him and you go. My daughter, on the other hand,
so
is a sniffer dog. Drop a pencil and her head is up. Yeah. So anyway, my daughter would wake up at 5:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Paka I'd ask her, when you're waking up to pray? You know. So 5:30 in the morning she's awake.
Nice.
And because now she's alone, the next is to wake up her brother. So amka. So by 6 o'clock,
bad influence.
yes, 30 minutes later, people are awake. We have nothing to do.
She's the prefect of the house.
You can
Sadly.
imagine. Yeah. So 6 o'clock, these people are already on TV.
Okay.
So within an hour, we are hungry.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So you
Breakfast.
do no breakfast. I came up with
breakfast.
COVID style. So
6 in the morning.
porridge.
Okay.
Porridge. Do porridge and make sure it is heavy porridge.
Yeah. Ndio wasisikie njaa baadaye.
Unfortunately,
No.
the burnout policy is so fast. Within 2 hours, we are hungry.
Tunasikia njaa.
Oh,
That is
no.
at 8 wanasikia njaa tena.
That's 9 o'clock. So breakfast at 9. They go out and play. 3 hours later,
Tunasikia
we are
njaa.
hungry. That is noon. They go out and play. 4 o'clock, we are hungry. Go out and play, shower, come back.
We are hungry.
What time is supper?
We can support that story.
So you can imagine that is March, April, May,
May,
June, July, August, September, October, November.
December.
So wait, DJ Lenny, I'm just a quick question. Did they fit in their uniform?
No,
To buy
I have old uniform in the house.
Ulifilisika.
Obviously.
Obviously, na last year alinunua uniform zilivaliwa tu January na February na March
That is the
kidogo.
most painful. Okay, now kwanza, my son's feet, I don't know what happened.
Zikakuwa.
Those shoes were bought as his Christmas present in
Wait,
2019.
alikuwa anakula akisimama. You know when you were young you're
By the way,
told
Shufa, this is not
when you
fun.
eat
It is
Shufa,
not
you're not
fun.
making
No, when you're young you're told ukikula ukisimama chakula itaenda kwa miguu. All the food will go to the
Na ya height ni gani?
Na height ni?
ukikula kulala.
Sikupewa hiyo siri.
And then I don't know, because those shoes were only worn for 2 months, new
Yes,
shoes. Then we come back and try the shoes, they don't fit.
They don't.
So that's
Sadly.
new shoes. His shorts don't fit. His shirt was like he was wearing a blazer. I mean, we're competing huku. And you know, that is the boy. The girl is a different story.
Okay.
So, yeah. For me, it's January, as much as I was excited, it's
Yeah.
like when you come up with a list.
Yeah.
You know, like the good things and the bad.
The bad.
So I was excitement.
Yeah.
And then there's nothing else after Apple. That's that's my good side.
Okay.
On the bad side,
side.
whoa. Fees, bills, new clothes, new shoes,
Sawa.
food.
Sawa, Denia. You're going to tell us all that when we come back after the break. We're having a very short break and we're
Okay.
going to come back with all that. Sawa. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Keep your comments coming.
Yes, let us know.
We live in a time where everyone
has an opinion about
anything and everything that they come across.
we as the Swahilipots have family.
believe that it is high time
We get to hear our take. Swahilipot have to the world. Stay tuned.
Tunaishi katika karne ambayo kila mtu ana maoni,
na sisi kama jamii ya Swahilipot
Tuna maoni yetu na tungependa uyasikie.
Swahilipot to the world. Stay tuned.
We live in a time where everyone has an opinion about
everything. And I mean everything, I mean everything.
We at the Swahilipot have family.
Believe it's high time you hear our take.
Swahilipot to the world.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We live in a time where everyone
Has an opinion about
Anything and everything that they come across.
we as the Swahilipots have family.
believe that it is high time
We get to hear our take. Swahilipot have to the world. Stay tuned.
Tunaishi katika karne ambayo kila mtu ana maoni,
Na sisi kama jamii ya Swahilipot
Tuna maoni yetu na tungependa uyasikie.
Swahilipot to the world. Stay tuned.
we live in a time where everyone has an opinion about
everything. And I mean everything, I mean everything.
We at the Swahilipot have family.
Believe it's high time you hear our take.
Swahilipot to the world.
Stay tuned.
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 We live in a time where everyone
Has an opinion about.
Anything and everything that they come across.
we as the Swahilipots have family.
Believe that it is high time.
We get to hear our take.
Swahilipot have to the world. Stay tuned.
Tunaishi katika karne ambayo kila mtu ana maoni,
Na sisi kama jamii ya Swahilipot
Tuna maoni yetu na tungependa uyasikie.
Swahilipot to the world. Stay tuned.
we live in a time where everyone has an opinion about
Everything. And I mean everything, I mean everything.
We at the Swahilipot have family.
If
you're tuning in now,
Loss of words.
yes.
the excitement.
You made us speechless.
If you're tuning in now, thank you so much for coming. Please share with your friends. Start a watch party, as DJ Lenium said. Please start a watch party with your friends. Share widely and have a seat because it's gonna get hot. Hapa. I've seen so many experienced people. Me hata sijui what's going on. So, in our next segment, our next and final segment, we are going to talk about the impact of COVID and schools resuming. So, it's COVID versus back to school. And we have opinions of students, we have opinions of guardians, we have opinions of parents. And as we are starting, I want to hear from the host. Kwa sababu hao wengine wameitwa guests. I don't know. The host. I want to hear from the host.
Okay.
Actually, you're a student,
Yeah, I
and
am a
you've
student.
been doing classes online,
Yes.
even with COVID going on.
Yes.
One, are your schools open physically? And have you gone there? Would you want to go there? If not, why? And how do you feel? What's the difference between like online classes and the physical classes?
Okay, yes, I am a student. I'm still a student. That's the first thing. Currently, my school is open. Daystar is open, both physical and online classes. But at the beginning of 2020, once we were told to shut down the schools and everything, we went virtual, sote. So we went virtual. We finished our semester January. It ended. We started a new one in May. It ended. We started another one in August. The one in August is when they came up with this new program. That like if it's a practical unit, you'll study online, and then a chunk of it at the end, you have to go back to Nairobi for your practicals, and all these classes. I'm sure your final projects will be physical at school. So I did that. In August, I started my semester. Vizuri, around November, I had to go back to Nairobi. Mind you, in Nairobi, there was a time I was living alone.
Okay.
So because of COVID and everything, I had shifted out. I'm no longer there. Why am I paying rent for an empty house in Ajaza Tuvumbi?
Okay.
So I'm on this side. Everything of mine is here. So I need to find a place to go back to.
Oh.
That is money.
So going back to school is a hassle.
Yeah, it was a hassle.
Okay.
Thank God a friend gave me a place to stay. So rent imetolewa.
Okay.
But there is transport and everything. Mind you, it's still COVID.
Yeah.
Zazi analia.
People didn't make money.
People didn't make money.
Yeah.
So Nairobi became expensive for me.
Yes.
As even though it's just that 1.5 months, it was expensive. Because my transport, my lunch, my everything, it's money.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the money.
And maybe the old food joints are no longer there.
And also, exactly. Where we used to go have lunch and everything. It's like hata kama imefunguliwa anapika kidogo. So kichelewa imeisha. So there was that. That was just the general experience. And then the whole thing of I have to do this both physical and online, virtual. Because I'm in Nairobi, only 2 of my units are practical. The rest, the other 4 are virtual.
Wow.
So I'm still juggling with virtual classes and practical classes. And my practical classes, si ati nikituntena nifanya na 3 hours the way iko kwa the usual schedule. If I'm going there, it's the entire day. And maybe also have a virtual class at the same day.
Okay.
Maybe 3 hours into the time I'm already in school. So you need to go with your laptop. You need to sit somewhere, have a virtual class. It was just a whole hassle.
So the combination of virtual and the physical classes is a hassle.
You will prefer if it's virtual, iwe virtual yote. If it's physical, let it be physical yote. Wacha niteseke tu shule from Monday paka Friday. Instead of you tell me I have to be in school on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and katika Tuesday and Thursday, I still have another virtual class. It was a total hassle.
Wow.
So for me, that was just the biggest part, and I was like, as in, it's choose. Tell me, is it virtual or physical?
I can't do it.
As in, no 50. There's no sitting on the fence. Give me one. So thank God the semester, it's that way. If you're doing, they actually told us, if you're a continuing student, it's online for you.
Okay.
But if you are a new student, it's when it's physical for you.
Okay.
So as for me, I'm finishing. So I even said if they'll tell me to go back to campus, itakuwa disadvantageous for me because I'm left with 1 unit.
Okay.
And it's a 2-hour.
Okay. So I think, does it count for the people who've dropped out? Because I feel like there are many people who dropped out for many reasons, many different reasons.
Yes.
But something like that could be a very big struggle to someone else.
I actually thought of dropping out, but not dropping out. It was more or less taking a gap year. That's what we call it in my campus. We're taking a gap year. I'm not being in school for 1 year.
Oh,
so
it's like you defer.
Yeah, it's allowed in Daystar, but you need to write a letter. So if you don't know the channels, they'll expect you to join another semester, and holisha jipia gap year. So you need. It's a procedure you need to follow, basically.
Okay. Hi, dear guest and co-host.
Dear others.
I think I think I'll say sorry till the end.
Dear others.
So, what's your experience with school, COVID, and back to school versus COVID?
Back to school versus COVID. But COVID derailed my process in application for university.
Oh, so you were to join, yeah.
But when the borders were closed, the national, in Kenya we
you were going out of country.
I studied in Kampala.
You started?
High school.
Oh.
So I was coming back home, and it was ideally supposed to be, I come back home, I get the certificates, and then, just join university.
When COVID started, you were in Kampala?
I was on this side. No, I was on this side. So I couldn't go back.
Oh,
personally to deal with the certificates and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
So I ended up just constantly waiting. And if you want something done perfectly, you have to do it yourself.
Yes.
Hasa ile piga simu, tuma email, piga simu, tuma email. COVID was a dry year, so kitu kidogo hapa na pale. And I still ended up waiting for 6 months.
Historia kitu kidogo.
And I missed the gap for applying for university. So 2020 was a gap year for me by default. Yeah, by default, you know, but it's okay.
But you gave out a lot of kitu kidogo. Yani unge-invest. I imagine the amount of kitu kidogos you gave out.
Vidogo too.
On the other side and on this side as well.
Yeah.
So I can't say that it really got to me. Okay. You know, because I was seeing my peers. My peers, those that had joined already were doing online classes. What wanafanya vitu, and I'm just sitting at home.
You felt me.
I really felt bad, and I'm like,
you don't have certificate.
You're missing out. You're missing out.
But then I can say I found a haven in the port.
Oh,
beautiful.
Because then I decided, you know, they say passion and profession. So when I was in school, I was doing like a lot of schoolwork and the books, so I didn't give time to the passion side of it. So I got to do that. In the terms of my siblings and going back to school, I think the only downside would be the readjusting back into the system. You know that they're coming back from a system where they can wake up anytime they want. They will study whatever subject they feel like studying that day. There is no interaction. But after that, I think in 2 weeks, you know, you come back in the evening, school is normal for them. They have 101 stories and just have to sit there and listen like, yeah, okay. So-and-so took Nani's mask, alikuwa anapiga kelele, she was crying.
Yeah.
So eventually, if the kids can settle back in, it makes it an easier transition for me too.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Okay, Bilkis just said something, and I want DJ Lenium to actually, like, maybe your kids have told you something.
Do they come with such stories?
Yeah, as in, there's something she said. She said something like, stories, the 101 stories, they come back. Nani alichukua mask ya nani? You've got such experience. They came home with different masks.
So, day one, I didn't take my kids to school on Monday. I think I'm just that paranoid parent.
Nyindo wale, wanaenda
kusafisha.
You don't want them to go and sweep the school. Class.
No, now one of them is in a school where they do that.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I would have loved him to do that.
It's normal.
Yes. So anyway, to Balki's point, on Tuesday when they went to school, my daughter left with a Princess Sophia mask. Right? That is in the morning, but she came back with a Barbie girl mask. So I asked.
Okay.
So I asked first of all. Check. So first I ask, this is not your mask? They're like, yeah. Whose mask is this? I don't know. So where's your mask? I gave Adriana.
Okay.
So why didn't you take it from Adriana? Adriana and exchanged with someone else.
Boy.
And it became a chain, and by there I got tired. Because I was being explained, then in between I was being told, by the way, even Tom has a very nice mask, and I don't know. Can you get me one like that?
And if you don't, she's going to get it from
Tom.
Yes.
Problems. So yes.
If you don't get her that mask, she's going to get it from Tom.
She will find a way.
Yes.
So those were week 1 stories. Okay. Week 2 stories were, Daddy, I don't want this mask. I want to breathe. I'm getting tired. Do I have to wear a mask?
Okay.
Yeah. So those 1,000,001 stories, they're all there. Especially the younger ones. The older ones, I think they're just used to it, so it's not really an issue. So if you have 6-year-olds going down, yes, they don't understand, because all these years since they're in baby class, you've been telling them sharing is caring. Sharing is caring.
Yeah.
Now you're coming to tell them sharing is not caring. And they don't understand.
Sharing a mask.
Exactly. Don't share your water bottle.
Yeah.
It is you and you alone. But no. They do not understand. And then they're thinking, but you're the one who told me I should. And why are you telling me now not to? So it's really...
You're confusing them.
It's a new syllabus you're giving them. You're confusing them.
It's as if the government didn't do enough by changing the syllabus.
Oh, trust me. So, yeah.
So wait, since you are creative and your financial status, according to what you said, yes. I actually wanted to do this, but it's worse. So since your financial status went hiding in the ground, how was it? Like when they went back to school, are they the kind of schools where you have to take fees on the first day of school? Ama the kids cannot come to school mpaka fees, ama they were allowed to come in, ama how was it?
So, you're not the only one who had a nice end to 2020. I also had a very nice end to 2020. Yes.
Tell us about it.
So, for the first time in my event career, I had more than 12 events in December. Yeah. So, I became wise. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
So, this time I thought, and I thought on a different scale, because normally do ikiingia unafikiria hii save kidogo, hii furahisha mwili, save kidogo kiatu, save kidogo ano. So thinking, I was thinking in that way. It was school fees, school clothes. That's how I was pushing it. So I won't say it supported all of it, because also at the end of the day, these events, you're not being paid the same way that it was before. The economical crunch was felt everywhere. So yeah, to answer your question, the type of school, and I think nowadays what they do is, yes, you have to, when you bring your kid in, you have to pay a certain amount. They give you that leeway you can pay in chunks.
Oh,
yes.
You're lucky. Because for my sister, I know, my mom told me, day one, every student went there with their parents. And they have to, she's in grade 4. Wait, have they moved to grade 5?
No.
Okay, she's
that
still in grade 4.
4 months.
So, my mom told me, day one, all the students were supposed to go with their parents. Because you know, they opened school since, when was it, October? Yes. So in October, they were told to go with full fees. And mind you, normally grade 4, they go to school from morning to around 3-4 p.m. But with COVID, they opened school and they were going to school from morning to midday. Okay. But now you're supposed to pay full fees, but they still go exactly. So I don't know. So like you're supposed to pay full fees. If your kid doesn't come to school with full fees, you go back home with her, and it's also uncomfortable.
But it's kind of sad, because I think even not only schools in Mombasa where we are, but even outside, what happened was if parents wouldn't take their kids to school, you would find a place where the government would get to find out why the parent hasn't taken the kids to school. And you know, and they don't, that financial crunch has never been felt. And that's a bit, until today, I do not understand. Yeah.
Fees, ma'am.
Fees. Okay, we all know universities are not cheap, and then especially to make it worse, it's a private university. So yes, but my school has that leeway. You actually pay, and it's in installments. I think 3 installments.
Yeah.
So yes, we have 3 installments and everything, and then you have to. Tito is in the back nodding. It's as if he's a parent, so I'll not look at him. I'll not look at him. So we have that. It's broken down.
So I want. Are you done?
No,
sorry.
It's
okay.
So, yeah.
Sorry.
I think we can just jump into.
Yeah,
the
I want
comments.
to read the comments before our time is up, and I want to. Amal Muhammad says, "Yay, Swahilipot to the world." TV started, and our first topic is back to school. Thank you so much, Amal, for joining wherever you are. Shout out to Amal. Robert, shout out to Robert Mrima, Rajab Salim Snow, Arafat, amazing initiative, great job. Thank you so much, Arafat.
Thank you, Arafat.
Maina Mary, great discussion. Thank you so much, Mary. Brenda, wow, love the growth. Wow, who has grown?
Thank you. Growing.
Thank you. Wait, who has grown?
Did this show start before you came here? So what growth are they
I was also
about?
not invited.
She's just saying like Swahilipot has grown.
Oh, specifications. Maybe you guys started without us.
Wait, what does she see? Because we only have one background. What does she see as growth? Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
This is going.
Brenda Nasimiu, thank you so much. Ali Yusuf Hearts. Mbona sijasikia negative impacts mukiongelea za COVID lenium? Negative impacts za COVID.
Negative impacts of COVID. We've said them. So we got to
we got depressed. We got broke. Our financial statuses went down. What else? She was cornered in her own country. She was a refugee. Maskini ya Mungu.
She didn't get to join.
Oh, by the way, have you taken your certificates?
Yes. Were you able?
Got them soft copy. So now it's.
So she has soft copy. So at least it's somewhere. It's
okay.
somewhere.
It's okay.
It's better than not having
COVID
it
has
at
taught
all.
us how to live with, especially moving to the digital world. Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah. Issa Awad, a very interesting topic to kickstart the show. COVID has adversely affected our social media, our social lives, and education. Thank you so much.
On the point here, Issa, if I just want to know, did you guys go for those? Because I remember ilifika time after I think it's during lockdown, ikatolewa kiasi kasongeshwa a bit late, and then people started traveling.
That's curfew. Oh,
the curfew, and then people started traveling. Did you people even travel? Because I feel like I'm the only one who didn't travel.
I didn't travel.
Travel to where?
Our social lives.
Where are we going?
All my friends from Nairobi came to Mombasa on a weekly basis.
Okay, there's another comment. What about the student who turned to be a psycho, killings and all that?
Well, that's a different topic on its own. Wow.
We'll think about that.
Because it doesn't only affected people going back to school.
Yes, it's affected the students who are in
COVID.
school.
It is just the general effect of COVID because it includes the killings, it includes the pregnancies and all other negative impacts.
True.
I think it's more about people having nothing to do.
Yeah.
You know, when you have nothing to do, you come up with so much.
What is that they said about the idle mind?
Devil's workshop. So
The devil's workshop.
People have really been idle.
We can tell. We have seen it.
People have really been idle on Twitter. Where? You know, Kitambo, I used to think Twitter is for serious people. I used to think
shock of all shocks.
shock on me.
joined.
I used to think I had joined Twitter before.
You were internet naive.
Yeah.
Wow. The perfect word for it.
But Tessa, I used to get scared going there. I could not just sit and post a selfie. I could not just sit and post kitu hivi.
You're afraid your timeline.
Facebook.
Richard Branson has posted Virgin Atlantic.
Kabisa.
Then comes Shifaz. And just under it, Ruto has talked about the 10 million.
So I used to think if I post kitu hivi, people are going to judge me. What are you doing on Twitter? Peleka hiyo Facebook.
Yes,
you know, there are those comments.
There
are those comments. Peleka hiyo Facebook. Isi hapa. You know the way people worship LinkedIn?
Yes.
You can't just go there and post yourself drinking water. That's how I took Twitter for. But came COVID, my friend. It's an idol's workshop.
So we're about to...
You're very active.
Paul Tito is saying with the COVID restrictions, at least December accidents reduced from 100% to at least 9%. Very true. Because you see, most of us didn't move. We didn't have money to travel.
The month of... The month of accidents?
The month of
normally
accidents.
Actually, August. August is a black.
Yes.
It's called Black August. There were no accidents in August.
By the way.
Yeah, accidents actually happened in December.
By
August,
the
there were no
way.
accidents.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come to think of it.
Actually, I remember that thing.
Next time we're going to talk about
That
Black Friday.
thing.
But it's okay.
No, August. It used to be a thing. Kumbe mimi ni wa kitambo. Okay.
Ouch.
Rashmimo is saying maneno mengine yatuchenga. Guy, ni kizungu ndo shida. Sawa, next week tutajaribu tuongee Kiswahili inshallah. Mimi nitazungumza Kiswahili, mimi ni
I
Mswahili.
think watu wa others wanafaa kuwa wa Kiswahili.
Audhu billah.
Haina shida.
Nimesema sorry.
Haina shida. So, thank you so much, guys, for your comments, and thank you to everyone who tuned in, and thank you to everyone who has shared with their friends. If anybody has anything to say,
I would like to say this. I want to maybe next week's topic, if you have any interesting topic and you're at home, please comment and maybe we will discuss the topic that you choose.
Even if we won't do it next week, if you have suggestions or ideas of something you would want us to talk about, or if you would like to be featured in the show,
please,
it's free.
Yes,
you don't pay for it.
That I will.
Others.
No, please
Others.
do not listen to DJ Lenium and Bilu. They're gonna make me feel so bad for. I did not even say others.
You don't pay for it. So please keep
We
on
didn't pay by the.
keep on putting your comments down. We are going to have them discussed either now or in our next show. If you have anything you want us to talk about, Pia, we are good.
We'll even have chats. And
We can have chats on our Swahilipot Hub Facebook page.
Regular Instagram lives too.
Yeah.
So
And then also you can comment, rate our first show, tell us how it is.
be kind.
Hata kama mwenye anasema kizungu nyingi, we're trying to speak Swahili right now and it's just
Shida ni.
And I think if you watch this show after the live is done, please drop your comment also.
Yes,
It will be very
yes.
important because we will still go through them and I'm sure the hosts will talk about it in the next show.
And it's going to help us. So thank you.
From
So
Swahilipot
yeah,
to
and
the
Actually,
I think now I want
Thank you.
recognize the crew.
Those are sound effects, by the way, if you're just watching. Those are, we have a good director who has good sound effects.
Recognize
Yes,
the crew.
So,
Shout
okay,
out.
fine. And I think now we want to shout out Zamzam. Zamzam is our sign language interpreter. You can see her
On the
Did
screen.
you see she just mentioned her name?
yes. And she has her own sign language for her name, since names are a bit long. So she does this.
Oh.
She has a small
Oh,
nose.
that's Zamzam.
Yes.
Okay, what's the sign for my name?
She hasn't given you one yet.
Please do it as soon as possible.
I think she has to create. Yours
Yeah,
will be a
please
problem.
create. So
You'll have a problem
as
with
we are
surprise.
shouting out our
Crew.
engineers, I want DJ Lenium to speak about the thing you have tomorrow.
Right, so if you're watching and you are in County 001, that is Mombasa County, tomorrow we are having one of the biggest events happening at Swahilipot. It's called the All Creatives Affair. If you're a creative, and I talk about creative, basically you're that type of person who doesn't need to go to a university like Maham to learn. You can actually just come up with an idea and it makes money for you. That's why I'm talking about a musician, a DJ, an actor, a model, a fine artist, you name it. As long as art is behind your skill, come to Swahilipot tomorrow. Be here by 9 o'clock. We're going to be talking about the challenges and also how you can make money with your own art, courtesy of Swahilipot Hub. So make sure you're here. Kuna chakula.
9 a.m. English
Kuna
time.
chakula, guys. Kuna
DJ Lenya,
chakula.
if we still have
Hello,
time,
Ispa.
I don't know. Director,
we
do
don't
we
have
have time? We don't have time. So finally,
How
DJ
many
Lenya-
minutes do we have?
We're done.
Okay, DJ Lenya, maybe you can punish me for saying our guests.
No, let me
instead
read
of-
the last comment. Abby Kavata says, a good start, proud of the whole crew, big up. Thank you so much, Abby.
Thank you.
Okay, and before he punishes you, I want to generally shout out our whole crew. We have we have videographers, photographers, we have the social media live streaming people.
We have the
Big up
sound.
and shout out to you. We have the sounds guy, the lights, and the people who set up the whole thing.
And the
Thank you
fans.
so much.
The
And
fans.
the-
The fans behind there.
Our carpet.
our
Our
able
fans.
sponsors behind the engineers, our able sponsors and investors behind the engineers.
Yes,
Thank you so much, guys, and share widely. Share
Yes,
widely.
please. And also, we will have it on our YouTube channel. Yes.
Yes.
So you can also go and watch it on YouTube, share it to friends.
Follow
And then
us.
now we also, actually, this is another endorsement that you're squeezing in. On Sunday, we will be at Sauti ya Pwani. Swahilipot has a segment, a 2-hour segment
Yes.
called
Coastal.
Costo. Any costo na co-sto. Any store ya co.
So Swahilipot Hub has a radio show
Yes.
at Sauti ya Pwani every Sunday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Sauti ya Pwani is 94.2 FM. And the show is about mashairi, spoken word, poetry, and all
Right.
types of literature that can be written and recited, or if it's about singing, reading, reciting. So the whole conversation will be about poetry, kuongea, kuzungumza, kuimba. The audience will also be given a chance to call in, talk. Kuna competitions. You can also be invited to be a guest in other shows. Lakini it's every Sunday. So msikose.
Yes.
Sawa, it's for Swahilipot Hub.
Kiswahili,
Yeah, and since time imeisha
94.2 FM.
94.2.
Okay, Lenium, you can give your punishment before we go?
No, time is up.
I have given him 1 minute.
No, it will happen. It's better said. Yes, it's Chapatana. Don't worry.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Okay,
We live in a time where everyone
has an opinion
about anything and everything that they come across.
we as the Swahilipot have family.
believe that it is high time.
We get to hear your take. Swahilipot, stay tuned.
Tunaishi katika karne ambayo kila mtu ana maoni,
na sisi kama jamii ya Swahilipot
Tuna maoni yetu na tungependa uyasikie.
Swahilipot to the world, stay tuned.
We live in a time where everyone has an opinion about
everything. And I mean everything, I mean everything.
We at the Swahilipot have family.
Believe it's high time you hear our take.
Swahilipot to the world.
Stay tuned.
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 Swahilipot is actually between the Seacom landing station and Fort Jesus. And we are all housed at the Swahili Cultural Center. And if you look at the area where we are, which is Mji wa Kale or Old Town, it is at the heart of the Swahili culture. And I think that's why we call the place also Swahili Cultural Center. So for us, we wanted to represent Swahili to the world. So we could not be in a Swahili area and then we leave out that name. For us, the port was a place where we can mix technology, we can mix art, we can mix even all kinds, even crazy ideas. Because crazy ideas eventually become the best ideas. So why the name Port Swahilipot is because we thought it will be a center where we will mix all kinds of people, young people, different diverse backgrounds, different kinds of talent, and I think it has come to be such a place.
Nikisikia Swahilipot, what comes to my mind is talent, creative, because the first time I came here, nilikutana na talent nyingi sana, even some nilifanya nao kazi kidogo, and I can say the talent here is amazing.
Swahilipot for me is home of talent, it's home of tech and art, of course, but it's home of talent, it's home of youth. It's where youth come to do their thing freely. That's why I call it a safe space.
It's a place for a lot of members who come and work, and artists and techies.
We had partners who came on board. The National Museum were the first because they gave us a space. Cabinet Secretary Joe Musheru came up with ideas. He brought in partners in place. He brought in Cisco. As we speak now, we have a lot of partners that are on board. We have the Ministry of ICT, the ICT Authority. We work closely with Konza City on the tech part. We work very, very closely with the National Communications Secretariat. Now Ministry of ICT. We also have the Youth Department.
What we are looking for as Swahilipot in a partner or in our networks is institutions, companies, corporates that align with our values, corporates that support us and also are not afraid to call us out when we do something wrong.
In the future, I'd like not only me but my employer, KFC, and other government agencies to give all the support needed in the environment that will enable the youths to do what they are gifted for. And I will ensure that maybe on the basis of trainings, on basis of equipment, that the Swahilipot get state-of-the-art equipment and other hardwares so that they can thrive in that industry.
I would want Swahilipot to partner with organizations that can take our youth to the next level. Give an example would be startups and entrepreneurs that we have here at Swahilipot to get access to funding.
Our plan is to make the programs that we offer at Swahilipot available in the coastal counties and eventually in other parts of the country. Some of the programs that we have at Swahilipot is the Pwani Innovation Week, because every time there were technology gatherings or innovation, it was only about Nairobi. By bringing all the leaders, all the opinion leaders, all the experts within technology and innovation, bringing them to Mombasa, at least for a week we have conversations on technology happening in Mombasa. We also have the Changemakers program. Changemakers program, we started it together with Cellulant, and the intention of Changemakers was to celebrate, support and build capacity of change makers in different fields all over the coastal counties. And these are people as simple as a football coach, somebody who is training young people, or a young person who is making a difference in his community. The Cisco Academy, we are very proud of it. We have graduated a number of students in the different modules within Cisco, and we have a number who have gotten employment after the certifications. So we will continue with the Cisco Academy. We also have the Huawei Academy that has started. We also have certain partnerships for different coding and technical courses, including the partnership with Ajira Digital and Thunderbird School of Management. So our intention is to give skills to our young people. Whenever people are thinking of innovation, whenever people are thinking of creating ideas, whenever people are thinking of launching certain products within the coast, the first place they will think of is Swahilipot.
How I came to Swahilipot, and I feel like it was a bit accidental, but then I chose to stay. So what I believe in the mission of Swahilipot to enable communities to empower themselves is, I always tell people that when I joined Swahilipot, I did not know how to use Microsoft Excel. I know you can laugh.
I think Swahilipot Hub is a place for everyone, and that it helps everyone. It does not discriminate against anyone. And I urge all the youth out there to come out and to come to Swahilipot Hub and find your way here and find a place that you feel like you fit in.
We live in a time where
Anything and everything that they come across.
we as the Swahilipots have family.
Believe that it is high time
We get to hear our take.
Swahilipot Hub to the world. Stay tuned.
Tunaishi katika karne ambayo kila mtu ana maoni,
na sisi kama jamii ya Swahilipot
Tuna maoni yetu na tungependa uyasikie.
Swahilipot to the world, stay tuned.
we live in a time where everyone has an opinion about
everything. And I mean everything, I mean everything.
We at the Swahilipot have family.
Believe it's high time you hear our take.
Swahilipot to the world.
Stay tuned.
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 Stay tuned.